Good morning from Seattle. It is day 2 of our Seattle adventure. We're going to bring you along in what we're doing today. We've got a ride on the Kingston Ferry. We're going to go get some lunch, I think crepes, and then we're going to head to a dog beach. So I'm excited to bring you along in our day. We've got Madison here with us. She's getting herself ready. So let's go ahead and get the day started. We have a bit of a chillier day on our hands today. It's going to get warmer later on in the evening. We had a beautiful day in Seattle yesterday, but it's also a bit cloudy. So hopefully that clears up so we have good views of the mountains later. There's tons of sitting places. There's vending machines if you want to get any snacks on your way. Apparently there's a restaurant and a little bar, but we love sitting in these seats. Gives a really good view whenever you're just floating along on the ferry, but we also like being outside, so let's go check that out. Looks like they're all ready for Halloween as well. Got some Halloween decorations up. It looks like that's the restaurant inside there as well. We've never been in there before though. This is a map too to show you where exactly we're going. We were down in Seattle yesterday. Now we are in Edmonds. We're going to take the ferry over to Kingston. So we like doing this. This is like a little tradition for us whenever we are in Seattle. We're on the top deck of the ferry. Gives very beautiful views. It's pretty with the haze, but I do wish it was cleared up today because once we get out into the water, you can see Mount Rainier in the distance, which I love seeing, but it doesn't look like today we'll be able to see it. I also really like in Edmonds here, look at all the houses on the hill. I think you can kind of see. I love all the little houses there. Dad and I are wondering on this stanchion how people get their stickers on there, but I guess whenever it's going to dock, it probably bumps up against. Maybe they can get it over there, who knows? It's about 55 degrees right now. Whenever you are in the direct wind, it is a little bit breezy. Feels good, but yeah, still a little bit chilly. But beautiful views in the background, even though it's a little bit hazy today. But once we get farther out, hopefully we'll get some different views. Far off in the distance, we have some salmon fishers. Wonder if it's a good day for fishing today. There's some of our crew down below, looking off into the distance, seeing if they can find anything, and also some other guests that are quite bundled up because it is a bit chilly. And we're off. Goodbye, Edmonds. Hello, Kingston. Over off in the distance. You can't really see it well today. Welcome to the vlog, Dad, and we're off.
So we are leaving on approximately a 15 to 20 minute ride across Puget Sound, which is salt water and empties out into the Straits of Juan de Fuca, which ultimately goes into the Pacific Ocean. But we are going over onto the Olympic Peninsula, which has a multitude of travel and exploring opportunities.
There's a look at the other ferry making its way back over to Edmonds from Kingston. And as we get closer and closer to Kingston, I'm seeing that cloud layer kind of burn off a little bit. So maybe we'll have good views by the time we're coming back. We'll just have to see. Alright, after about 20 minutes, we have made it. We're going to show you guys the docking of the ferry. We're also getting ready to let everybody off that drove. And there's where we'll get off. dropping down the walkway, and it looks like people are going to be able to start driving off here soon. Already got a motorcycle going, and there they go. Where we hopped off on the ferry. We're heading into the little town of Kingston, but this is where we're getting crepes. J'aime le crepe. Sounds super good. I'm excited.
Ooh, yours is a good
Nice and
one.
big, yeah.
Find this one for me, guys. Yeah. Okay. If there's one here, if you want it. On there. I can help you next.
Can I do a fresh apple with cinnamon?
Show us what you got, Mandy.
Yummy. Strawberry
Strawberry
Nutella. I will
Nutella
eat
crepe.
some of it too.
Very, very good looking. This is my go-to crepe. Well, that was a delicious crepe, and this is a look at the little town of Kingston. They have some antique shops, of course the crepe shop. They have a bunch of little coffee shops, and I think down the way here is an ice cream shop we usually go to, but I don't know if it's open today. But now we're gonna head on down and go to the beach for a little. So this is a Pacific Northwest beach, definitely different than our typical Florida beaches that we have down in Florida. The one thing that I absolutely love about these beaches has to be the driftwood. I loved when the driftwood just drifts up onto the beach and you see how worn the trees are. I think it's really cool. It kind of gives a different look to the beach. They're a lot rockier and more gray than Florida beaches, but it also has a ton of cool wildlife that comes with Pacific Northwest beaches. You got some crabs, a lot of seaweed, there's sea urchins. We'll have to see if we can go find some of those later. Starfishes, which are super cool, but just love the views here, and I really like the Pacific Northwest beaches. It's a different twist on the beach, and they are a lot chillier for sure. Our ferry going back to Edmonds has just arrived in the distance, but I wanted to show this huge tree base that washed up on the beach. Look at how ginormous that is. Can you imagine that just rolling through the water and then coming up on shore here? I think that's pretty sweet. So we're gonna have to head back to the ferry. On the Kingston side of things, here's where all of the cars line up to get onto the ferry. So there's kind of a big parking lot area, and then they usher them in by line to get onto the ferry to head back to Edmonds. This time we're going back on the Spokane ferry. Back on the boat we have some beautiful views as it is getting a little bit brighter outside, but I wanted to highlight the houses on the hill on the coast there. Look how pretty they are. And what a beautiful view you would have to wake up to every day. It really is starting to clear up a bit because in the distance, hopefully I can show you guys, you can see Seattle City and the Space Needle way out there. I really wish we could see Mount Rainier, but that might have to be a different day. Good thing we made it on because we are off and headed back to Edmonds. This was a really enjoyable little journey over to Kingston. We always like doing it. Like I said, it's kind of a tradition for us. We go over and either get ice cream or crepes now, but I'm glad we could bring you along on the journey. I wish it was a little bit clearer, but still beautiful as always up here. Well, after a thrilling journey on the ferry, we are going to head into the town of Edmonds and see what we can find there. Here's the town of Edmonds. Down here's where the ferry is at. But it's a very trendy and up-and-coming area here. They also have beautiful hanging baskets. That's what my mom was just marveling at because she loves flowers and hanging baskets. But I think we're gonna go get a bite to eat at a brewery. So we'll see about that. Look at this beautiful mural inside of this side street. There's a bunch of murals in this town. There's details on the mural. It's called Before Edmonds.
Now you're dead.
And then there's another one back behind. Another Before Edmonds. We stopped in the store, look at these corksicles. They're so cute. We've got Minnie, a polka dot Minnie, and a Mickey. They're so cute. Here's where we're eating for reference. Well, I'm starting to work on the vlogs from the trip, and I realized I didn't get to sign off and say goodbye to you guys after the ferry video. So as a debrief, we had an amazing time doing the Edmonds to Kingston ferry. Like I said, it's kind of a tradition whenever we go out there. It's just something fun that we do. It's nice to see the sights. That's one thing that I absolutely love about going out to Seattle, is just seeing all of the absolutely beautiful views whenever you're out there. The sky's beautiful, the surroundings are beautiful, the landscape, I just love every bit of it, and the ferry really gives you a good look at that. We did not end up going to the dog park, but we did go into Edmonds, as I was showing a little bit, and we got a bite to eat at the Salish Sea Brewing Company. It was alright. Personally, we thought it was okay as an experience. We were alright with the food that we ended up getting. I don't know if we would end up going back again, but it was cool to go downtown Edmonds and just explore a little bit after going on the ferry. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the vlog. Like I said, we love doing the ferry. If you are in the Seattle area, whenever you are visiting Seattle, definitely check out a ferry ride if you are looking for something to do. It's something unique that you can check out. Usually it's not super expensive for a group of people, so it's just a fun little thing that you can do whenever you are in the Seattle area. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. We've got more Seattle vlogs coming where this comes from, and with that, we will see you guys in the next video. See you guys.